So I spoke to a resident of Idlib, that's in the northwestern part, basically where the main Syrian opposition rebellion began, where the Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, al-Julani, all those who led the vanguard of this takeover or liberation of Syria from the Assad regime. This is where they've held a government for already 7 years. Now, the Syrian Salvation Government, that's what it's called, ruling from Idlib for the past 7 years. The prime minister from there, who was in charge there, he is now the current interim prime minister of all of Syria. So they basically extended that limited local governance to all of Syria right now for the time being until the beginning of March. Now, unfortunately, this man I spoke to, he's an academic, international relations researcher, but like many Syrians, they're still fearful to talk with a clear face, sharing their names. So unfortunately, the best we could do today was just to bring the quotes that he told me, but very fascinating stuff. Regarding the sentiment today in Idlib, he said, "This is a dawn of a new day for Syria. We are tired and fed up with all the weapons and wars. We don't need them. We hope to build with our own hands a free and democratic Syria that maintains peaceful and cooperative relations with all its neighbors, including Israel." That was interesting to hear. Now, regarding the situation on the ground, the days following the toppling of the Assad regime, he said the situation since the fall of the Assad regime is good, but there is still some chaos due to the security vacuum. But this is improving day by day. Life is returning to normal to some degree. Now, I also asked him about Israel's advance into the buffer zone, as we just discussed, and the strikes on Syrian army assets. So he said, "We hope one day to have positive relations with Israel, but currently there is much concern over its recent military actions in Syria. We do not want to see Israel continue attacking our territory." Now, trying to gauge what life under the Syrian Salvation Government in Idlib is like now that all Syrians are going to live under that government at least until March 1st. He said life under the Syrian Salvation Government has been good in terms of governance and security control. Excuse me. They allow some freedoms. Freedom of expression is somewhat available, and freedom of worship for Christians and the Druze has improved in recent period. Now, reminding you, this is the Islamist-mandated local government that has been extended to Damascus. Women's rights are decent and they enjoy some freedoms, but the existing customs and traditions under conservative Islam do place some obstacles before them. But there's no such thing as health care or occupational benefits like pensions due to lack of resources. Social services are provided externally by NGOs. Now, this following quote I think is key moving forward because it describes not only the opportunities but also the challenges that the future leadership of Syria will face. Moving forward, he tells me there are still many significant challenges because Syria is not Idlib. Managing the entire country is something completely different than a regional governorate. We will wait and see. Now, as I said, unfortunately, he was not willing, due to security concerns, to share his face or his name. But tomorrow, we will bring an interview that I did today with a senior exiled opposition leader. He said very interesting things on what he expects to be how the future of Syria will look like, and also had very harsh words for the Israeli government over what it is doing in Syria.